If you want to manage your money like the top 1%, I'm sharing the 75-10-15 rule that can help you build wealth no matter your income. This system adjusts to your earnings, whether you make $10,000 or $1 million a year. The key is that regardless of how much you earn, you'll always be following this simple framework. Are you sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck and wondering how wealthy individuals manage their money? Of course you are. We get it, and that's why you are here. Well, today, I'm breaking down a powerful money management system that can help anyone build wealth, no matter how much you earn. It's called the 75-10-15 rule, and once you apply this framework, your finances will never be the same. Let's dive in. The 75-10-15 rule is simple but incredibly effective. It breaks down your income into 3 categories: spending, saving, and investing. Here's how it works. For every dollar you earn, 75% or 75 cents is the maximum you can spend on living expenses. 10% or 10 cents goes into savings for emergencies. 15% or 15 cents is dedicated to investments that grow your wealth over time. Let's break it down step by step. Just a quick hello! As a new and growing channel, our mission is simple: to bring you content that inspires, informs, and adds real value to your life. But before we dive in, could I ask a quick favor? If you enjoy the show, find value in what we're building here, and want to support us, the easiest way to do that is by hitting the subscribe button. In return, my team and I promise to keep pushing harder than ever to make this show better for you every single week. We'll listen to your feedback, create the content you want to see, and keep improving with every step. Thank you for being part of this journey. We couldn't do it without you. Now let's get back to our video. For every dollar you earn, aim to spend no more than 75% on things like housing, food, transportation, vacations, and yes, even the occasional splurge. But here's the twist. If you can spend less than 75%, that's even better. The beauty of this rule is that it gives you flexibility without making you feel restricted. Let me tell you a quick story. I once went to dinner with a group of self-made millionaires, and guess what? They were asking for the happy hour specials and splitting the bill down to the last cent. These are people who could afford anything on the menu, yet they were still mindful of their spending. Why? Because wealthy people prioritize value over flashy purchases. When it comes to spending, always ask yourself, is this worth it? For example, if a $5 coffee makes your day better and boosts your productivity, then it's worth it. But think twice before splurging on big-ticket items that bring only temporary happiness. Make it relatable. Imagine your take-home earnings of $4,000 a month. Under the 75% rule, your monthly spending cap is $3,000. That's the amount you'll use for rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, and even dining out. But here's the catch. The less you spend, the more you'll have left to save and invest. Practical tip. Start by analyzing your current spending habits. Use budgeting apps like Mint or YNAB. You need a budget to track where your money is going. Are you spending too much on subscriptions or dining out? Identify areas where you can cut back. Story: I had a friend who used to spend nearly half of her income on eating out. Once she started following the 75% rule, she switched to cooking at home more often and saved over $500 a month. That's an extra $6,000 a year she could put toward her financial goals. Bonus tip: follow the 3 alternatives rule before making any purchase. Always check for 3 cheaper alternatives before buying something. For example, coffee. Instead of buying a $5 latte every day, make coffee at home for a fraction of the cost. Groceries. Compare prices at different stores or switch from premium brands to store brands. Clothes. Wait for sales or shop at discount stores instead of paying full price. The next step is to save at least 10% of your income in what I call a cushion fund. A recent study revealed a shocking statistic. 56% of Americans are unable to cover an unexpected expense of just $1,000. This highlights a serious financial vulnerability, as unexpected costs, like car repairs, medical bills, or urgent home maintenance, can strike at any time. Without an emergency fund, many people are forced to rely on credit cards or loans, which can lead to high-interest debt that snowballs quickly. The lack of financial preparation can have long-term consequences, affecting not only immediate financial stability, but also overall financial health and well-being. This underscores the importance of building a safety net, such as an emergency fund, to protect yourself from life's uncertainties and avoid falling into debt when the unexpected happens. Don't let that be you. Your cushion fund is your financial safety net for emergencies, things like car repairs, medical bills, or unexpected travel. Here's how to figure out how much you need. First, calculate your monthly expenses, then multiply that number by 5. For example, if your monthly expenses are $2,000, your cushion fund should be $10,000. Once you reach your goal, you can stop saving and move on to the next step. Make it real. Think about your car breaking down unexpectedly. Repair costs could easily hit $1,000 or more. Without a cushion fund, you'd have to put that on a credit card and pay interest, digging yourself deeper into debt. A few years ago, I got into a minor car accident. The repair bill was $1,500, and at the time, I didn't have a cushion fund. I had to max out my credit card, and it took me 6 months to pay it off, with interest. Since then, I've built up a solid emergency fund, and I'll never make that mistake again. Practical tip: if saving 10% feels overwhelming, start small. Save 5% of your income for the first few months, then gradually increase it to 10%. Use tools like automatic transfers to make saving effortless. Now here's where the real wealth building happens. Take at least 15% of your income and invest it. People often feel intimidated by investing, but let's break it down into simple steps and explain the benefits in real terms. For example, let's say you invest $200 a month in an S&P 500 index fund that averages an 8% annual return. After 20 years, your initial investment of $48,000 would grow to over $118,000 thanks to compound interest. When I first started investing, I was scared of losing money. But after reading books like The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, I realized that long-term investing is one of the safest ways to build wealth. Just a quick summary about this book, The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. It's a must-read for anyone serious about building wealth through smart investing. In this book, Graham introduces the concept of value investing, buying stocks that are undervalued compared to their true worth and holding them for the long term. He also talks about Mr. Market, a quirky metaphor for the stock market's emotional ups and downs, and how we can make smarter decisions by ignoring the market's mood swings. Graham emphasizes the importance of having a margin of safety, meaning buying stocks at a discount to minimize risk. He splits investors into two types: the defensive investor, who wants steady, low-risk returns, and the enterprising investor, who's willing to take on a bit more risk for higher rewards. If you're looking for a book that teaches you how to think like a pro investor, The Intelligent Investor is your guide to smart, long-term wealth building. I started with small amounts, and over time, my investments have grown significantly. Here's a bonus tip. Start with set it and forget it investments like index funds or ETFs. These funds are automatically diversified and require minimal maintenance. So what should you invest in? Here's a practical breakdown. First, a Roth IRA. It's great for long-term growth, as your earnings are tax-free. You can start with as little as $50 a month. Use platforms like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab to open an account. Second, a 401k. If your employer offers a 401k with matching contributions, take full advantage. It's essentially free money. Even if you don't max out your contributions, aim to contribute enough to get the full match. For example, let's say your employer offers a 3% match. If you contribute $2,000, your employer will add an extra $600. That's 30% extra money added to your retirement savings with zero effort on your part. Real-life scenarios to make it practical. Scenario 1. Imagine you're earning $50,000 a year. Following the 75-10-15 rule, you spend up to $37,500 on living expenses, save $5,000 for emergencies, and invest $7,500 for your future. Scenario 2. For someone earning $80,000 a year, you spend up to $60,000, save $8,000 for emergencies, and invest $12,000 in your Roth IRA, 401k, or other investment accounts. Final tips to make it stick. Automate your savings and investments. Track your progress monthly. And celebrate milestones. For example, once you've saved $1,000 in your cushion fund, treat yourself to something small to stay motivated. Final thoughts. Managing your money with the 75-10-15 rule isn't about deprivation. It's about prioritizing what truly matters and making your money work for you. By following this system, you're spending smarter, saving for emergencies, and investing for long-term wealth. And trust me, once you get the hang of it, you'll see your financial situation transform. Like this video if you found it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on personal finance and wealth building. Go out there and take control of your finances. I am rooting for you. See you in the next video.